What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be working on this quad.
So the other day we were at the park and I was talking to her about getting one of these quads for her so she could start riding like these electric quads. And on the way home we found this one on the side of the road. So we got to testing it and to see if it worked. It had two 12-volt batteries, the little ones, the little tiny ones in there, and they didn't hold charge. And this video is kind of taking a while because we ordered some stuff from Amazon to make it work. And we tested the motor with power directly to the motor, and that made him turn, the wheels turn. So this is what we pulled out from in here. This is a controller, and this thing it's pretty much fried, I guess. It had no power going through it. So we got online to see how much we could order this one for, and this piece is like 35 bucks, I believe. So we're looking into upgrades, because then if we were to get that controller, we would have to get new 12-volt batteries, because this is a 24 volt quad from Pulse Performance. So we seen from a brand online using one of these 36 volt controllers. So we decided to give it a try. To be honest, we don't know what we're doing. We're just giving this a try with the 36 volt conversion. And then we also ordered these two Milwaukee converter plugs, which you guys will see in the video right now of how we make this. We got both of the batteries connected together. Ground goes to the ground side of the plug. Positive from the first battery goes to the ground side of the second battery. And then the positive from this battery goes to the positive side of the plug. Just put some heat shrink right there and some heat shrink right here, and we're good. Now we just got to pop a fuse in here real quick. I think we're going to be running, I don't know, maybe like a 30 amp fuse or something. I'm gonna see whatever they use online. We have some other fuses that we could throw on here. We just don't want to use the those cheap fuses, because we have had bad experiences with the cheap fuses. They melt and stuff like that. So these batteries are ready to go. Now let's go over to the little quad and test it out before we make the little bracket. We basically took what the online store was selling and we looked it up on Amazon, and this is pretty much the exact same thing that they offer for a higher price. We paid, let me see, so for the controller we paid $22 plus delivery, and that's the controller with the throttle, because we decided to get the throttle with the keys, because that's what that one company was offering. I believe it was like 50 to 70 bucks from the company, and we got it on Amazon for 22 bucks. And then these plugs, they're like, I think $20 made, and we got each one for 4 bucks. That's like $8. We're all in like 35 bucks around there roughly. So that's all we're gonna need right now. We already tested this thing out and it worked. So what we're gonna do to start off is we're going to remove the 4 Allen bolts up here. We have to remove that throttle handle, and also you have to remove this to take this plastic off completely. So with all 4 of these removed, we're gonna go ahead and remove the brakes with this Allen bolt right here, and then the throttle has a little Allen bolt right there, which that's what we should have done in the first place. But the reason we went with 18 bolts, I forgot to mention, is because we have a couple of these for our power tools, and if we would have just fixed the controller, we would have to have purchased 2 12-volt batteries, and those are pretty expensive, the ones that fit in here, and also find a way to charge those. So that's one of the reasons we decided to go with these, and to make it a little faster. So we're just gonna remove that on and off switch, because we're not gonna need it anymore. It's being held in by this zip tie, and then we can slide the plastic cover off. So this throttle is in here through this loom. We have to fish out the cables. There's 2 zip ties, one right there and one right here. And then we're just gonna put this throttle roughly the same length, because we already know that's where it's gonna fit, and then put it back together and hopefully put some new zip ties or something to just hold this on. Okay, so we already have the throttle in. Now we go fish these. Oh, hold on. Actually, I forgot to put the zip tie. I'm gonna go ahead and put the zip tie right now because this thing just came out of the loom. Okay, so now that that's in the where it should be, we have 3 plugs that we're gonna be using. This one's straight to the motor. This little one is for the brake. Once you use the brake, it'll stop the controller. And then these 2 come from the throttle body. So let me hook them up real quick. Hold this, Magali. Right there, like that. The one with the 3 cables goes to the one with the 3 cables on the controller, from throttle body to controller. And then the blue and yellow, the white and yellow, I think goes to the blue and red on here, if I'm not mistaken. And then the blue and yellow goes to the black and red, which goes to the motor. All this, like this.
Again?
So the brake cable goes to this one. That one that goes to,
When is?
I forgot what this one goes to, but we're gonna hook the battery pack to the motor, and then we have the keys for the controller. You see it turns on. Now look. So the motorcycle is pulling in reverse only. Now I already looked this up on Google, and basically what it's saying is that these cables are we have to flip these around. So the yellow has to go where the blue is at, and the blue has to go where the yellow is at. And the way to do that, you just release them with the little pick, pull up the connectors, and just reconnect them the right way, and that should flip the polarity on the motor. Okay, so we flipped them around now. So yellow goes to red, blue goes to black. Turn it on. Now we're gonna test it out, see if it works. Straight, turn it. Okay, now you have to hold this, pull that, hold this, and turn that. Yeah, go. All right. Now the next step is to turn this off. Now the next step is to put this in here. And I think all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some self clappers to this top little square tube. We're not gonna use this. This is the charging cable, which goes here. Which I'm just gonna cut these off just so we won't have too many cables all over the place. And then we have to figure out a way to mount these in there.
So we fixed it. Now it works, and it's working now. So I think that's the end of the video. Bye.